Hi friends, welcome back. So in this video we will learn about root cause analysis in software testing. This is a very important concept in software testing, or even you can say about in software development world as well. We will try to understand first what is root cause analysis or RCA. RCA is one of the technique normally we use in software testing to identify the underlying causes of defects or errors or issues. Let's say we may be getting lot of defects in your application or your product during your testing. Now we have to do root cause analysis, why we are getting more defects in certain places or more defect in certain phase of testing, more issues in certain environment, or more issues from a particular tester, or more issues from certain software functionality. Now how will you identify the core problem? In order to identify core problem, we should perform root cause analysis. Now our goal is to identify the problem and where the issues all about, and to make a corrective action. If you take a corrective action after performing a root cause analysis, and we can easily avoid similar kind of issues, we can easily avoid in the future as well. That is the main intent of doing root cause analysis. Now you will see what are the various steps which we normally follow while performing root cause analysis. The first step normally we do is we need to define a problem. What is the problem you wanted to solve by doing this root cause analysis? That is the first thing we should define yourself. Let's say we wanted to find out why the defects are coming in a particular area, or as I said earlier with so many examples, could be one of the reason for our root cause analysis. We have to identify, or we have to define that as a problem. Now we say issues are coming more in a particular functionality or a particular feature, that is a problem here. Now how will you base your problem? For basing your problem we need data, because nobody will agree unless if you have enough data to talk about a certain functionality, a certain feature is getting more defects or issues. That means you should have enough data to talk about. Now once you gather the data can come from your defect pool, or lot of review feedbacks may be there from development team, business analyst and testers. All those examples or those parameters you can take it as a data as well, or even the environmental issues or system configuration issue in particular features, or even inputs, outputs, whatever we have enough data to gather to tell that there is a problem in a particular feature, then you should gather or collect all those data. And the next step would be, once you gather the data, you should do an analysis of the data, because if you are not going to analyze the data, getting a data is of no use. There are various where we can analyze data using various techniques such as process flow diagrams, cause and effect diagrams, and static analysis. There are various techniques which we can adapt to analyze the data. Once we analyze the data, then we should identify what is the root cause based on the analysis of data. That is the next step we are going to do it. And once we identify there is a problem in a particular area, then you should put a corrective plan as well. Let's say, as we talked about earlier, the problem is coming from a particular feature where we are getting more issues. That means it can happen two things. One is our testers who have written the test cases are good enough that we are getting more defects in a particular area, or it may happen that developer is doing a poor job there and they have not implemented the things in a right way, then that could also be a issue. Now we should look those aspects in these two angles, and based on the data we have, based on that we should do a corrective action. The corrective action could be, we have to put a stringent review processes, or someone and holding person should be there for a given developer or a tester to see the similar kind of issues doesn't occurs in future. That is a kind of corrective action plan we have to put in place, and we have to keep following up and to see after 10 days, after 15 days, after 20 days, how the things are evolving, how the things are getting corrected over the course of time, so that similar issues doesn't pop up. That is a method of implementing a corrective action, and we have to oversee maybe 10 days, 20 days, 30 days. After that we guarantee that after 10 or 15 days, if we see that there is a reduction in the number of defects in a particular feature, that means definitely our corrective action has been worked upon. That is how we have to see how we can implement this root cause analysis. The once we have made a corrective actions, and we'll have to verify the results as well every 15 days or once in a month, and to see whatever the root cause we have made and whatever the corrections we have made, if that is working, it is really a good accomplishment by using this root cause analysis. I hope you guys got a clear idea now why we are really required to make a root cause analysis for any kind of issues. It could be our defects, it could be our incidents, or it could be our issues, or any issues in that matter, both in the development and testing side. That would going to help the organization or company to solve any kind of problems, bigger problems, so that similar kind of problems can be avoided post doing this root cause analysis plus doing corrective actions. I hope you guys got a clear idea now. If you guys really like this video, then please give a thumbs up to this video. If you guys are not subscribed, then do subscribe. Thanks for watching this video. Bye for now. Take care.